Now, he was stating the facts. Like the video and please subscribe to the page, as this needs to be addressed as we get this out to the public. Don't forget to hit the like button coming through the door as we start to go through this and address it. I want to say thank y'all again for supporting the page, keeping it 100, and definitely showing love and appreciation. I get it, and I'm very thankful to have you guys. Now, Cory Holcomb from the 5150 show, definitely credit to them for this. Credit Self-Talk, credit everybody involved who has something to do with making this what it should be. There's a lot of elements and moving parts that a lot of people don't see in life when they start doing things, right? Now, one of the main elements that people don't see or pay attention to, that they should, that I feel a lot of people should, is that there's a fact of doing something the right way and doing it the wrong way. Now, when you see Cory Holcomb deliver what he was delivering on Dave Chappelle, the way he did, I'm here to let y'all know a little secret. Cory always felt like this. Yeah, you ain't kidding. You are on time, Mr. Bailey. This is a shot. And that's because I'm using the mobile phone. That's another shot. Now, here's the thing with Cory. Cory has always had the actions and the thoughts that he did about Dave. This ain't nothing new, especially to me. But let's hear.
He brought up the white comics. Dave Chappelle, I would like to ask you, why are you always in business with drag queens and gay comics? Most of the men around you that you have on the road, opening up or whatever, some of them be, I know why Earthquake got a special. I know why Paul Mooney was on your show. Homie, I'm in these comedy streets. I know what's happening. Why you ain't talking about that? I like to have men on the backdoor side around me. Why y'all don't never talk about that? See, that's why Cory Holcomb ain't no Hollywood superstar, because y'all like to hide who you are.
Okay, so that's the...
Now, that is a very interesting statement that he just made, ladies and gentlemen. That was extremely interesting. Because we've always seen it in a different format. We've seen a different format altogether. The format that we see don't go that way. I thought what I told y'all is this. Cory has always believed that what he says right there about Dave. Cory Holcomb tells you everything. When Dave first got to Netflix and he did the first Netflix special, Cory Holcomb and myself, we were the only two people was like, the very first one. Like, it wasn't good. He kind of bombed. Now, the second one is when he got into his zone, because it was a part one, part two. The second one is when he really got off. But the first one was a bomb. And I tell people all the time, I tell them so many times, is that, and people didn't believe me.
Oh, you're right.
And I told them flat out, and I said, wow, that's crazy. Because I sat there and I told people a long time ago, not even a long time ago, it probably was within a year. I told you guys that Dave Chappelle built his career up, not with the blacks. He built his career with white folks. That's how Dave built himself up. The brothers didn't mess with Dave. Before, when y'all was making Dave the man of the people and he's fighting for the brothers, I'm like, Dave has never, ever, ever been that guy. Dave Chappelle has never been that guy. That's what I wanted the people to know. I'm like, don't be fooled by Hollywood. Dave Chappelle, like I said, in the comedy circuit and everywhere else, Dave Chappelle has never, ever, he blew up good in the San Francisco, California area. He hung around the white boys. His best friend was a white guy. They were comedy partners. Eddie Murphy saw Dave Chappelle doing stand-up and told him, he says, you should write. If you write your material, you start writing more. You're going to be all right. He told Dave to start writing more. Yeah, he saw that Dave had a gift. Now, Dave is good at sketch comedy. Not a lot of people could write comedy. Dave can write comedy and do sketches. And that's what really can set him apart. Like Key and Peele. You give Key and Peele a microphone and put him on stage, they gonna bomb. But their show was like funny. They were good at sketch comedy. Chappelle came up with that. Because he was supposed to be a rival comic to Eddie Murphy character and Reggie. So he came up with the whole thing with Reggie with the buck teeth. Yeah, it's time for Reggie to kick your ass. Now, I like black people, but now it's time for Reggie to kick your ass. They're not comedians. Jordan Peele and Key, whatever, they're not they're not comedians. They're good, they have good comedic timing. Like we just went through this yesterday. Seth Rogen is not a comedian. He's an actor with good comedic timing. Those two are actors with good comedic timing. They're not comedians. Chappelle blew up because of not of his stand-ups, because of his sketch comedy. The Chappelle show blew him up. So when Dave do skits, Dave has some sets where I told you he bombed. Damon Wayans came out and exposed Damon Wayans, who's one of the best stand-up comics to ever do this. Damon Wayans was by far a king at doing this. He's never had a special or anything that was terrible. Oh, no. So he spoke out about Dave Chappelle, and it kind of fell on deaf ears. But what he was saying was the truth. Remember when they had on Netflix Dave Chappelle at the Kennedy Center? And he came out and just gave a speech and talked. And this is about a year ago. It just came and went. He had mentioned something about Damon Wayans like 10 years earlier. Yeah.
Damon Wayans has.
I am right now. I wouldn't say he's braver than I've ever been because, in living color, y'all come see me and then y'all, you let the audience decide, what greatness is.
Now, I want to go ahead and dive into every.
Now, here's the thing. Let's listen to it.
Right now can't nobody touch him because he's the one that's doing it and they're filming everything he do right now, putting it out as special. The thing is, you got to ask yourself as an artist, is it special? Or are they taking advantage of me because I'm special? Like I said, I haven't watched the new, the speech. If you're going to put a speech up as a speech, don't blur the lines. Is this a special or this a speech? And right now, I think they're blurring the lines. There is no doubt that Dave Chappelle is the comedian of our generation. I say that. He's braver than I am right now. I wouldn't say he's braver than I've ever been because, in living color, y'all come see me and then y'all, you let the audience decide, what greatness is.
Now, let the audience decide what greatness is. Now, here's a situation where I don't, I don't understand the levels of how far people would go to prove a point. And I did speak on it. Damn, it was a year ago, and it sounds like I got a blender going
Comedy
on.
Hype News. Right.
That's nuts. No, Corey Holcomb is like, and even Mike Epps said, you ain't the grandfather of comedy. You ain't everybody daddy. You know, like everybody is tired of Dave being like looked at as the OG Dave Chappelle. You know, it's like that's gonna stop. When people were saying what they want to say, you know, who are you to come out and say something indifferent and have an opinion? But they do that knowing Dave ain't gonna attack them back. Dave is gonna be Dave. Dave don't want to do no back and forth comedy beef. These other comedians, they want to do that because that's their lane now. They feel like that's the new comedy, man. We got a beef. And Dave is like, that ain't comedy. He's somebody that don't go with that formula. That's not something he want to do. So he's not going to respond back to Corey Holcomb. Now, Corey was saying about Earthquake, Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney is hilarious, period. No matter what his sexual orientation was, bisexual, whatever. Paul Mooney was hilarious and a truth teller. Not too many guys like him in Hollywood and was accepted. But there was a reason he was accepted. Because he was in those groups. Now, as we move on further, you always still start to see there's always another level for people. They put you in these boxes and tell you, oh, you're so great. Oh, you're so wonderful. You're so this. You're so that. Black folks didn't start getting behind Dave Chappelle to the Chappelle show. Dave Chappelle's special came and went. Killing Them Softly was not seen by niggas. That was seen by white folks only. In the last first time he's been there since he did. So you tell me. Yes, sir. The first time he's been there since Killing Himself, almost broke my leg on this doggone dishwasher. For me, I like to wash my own dish too. Even though the dishwasher do a good job, it don't do all the work. Especially the work I like. Oh, somebody got me this little stand thing for like Christmas or something. It works to a degree. Why come everybody get a stand and picture? The first thing they do is pose. My little cousin was doing that the other day. He was in the mirror. I was like, boy, when I was your age, I was doing the same goofy stuff too. Oh, thank you. Hit the like button coming through the door. The Cash App is Carcino. The Dallas Mavericks is my picks for the night. Cleveland +6. That's all I know off the top of my head. Now, when Dave Chappelle and Corey Holcomb meet, it's always been respect, but they don't deal with each other. Paul Mooney has always been somebody that's a truth teller, and it's funny as hell. Earthquake is funny as hell. I've seen Corey Holcomb on stage, and he's good. He's funny. Corey ain't never been like not funny, but I've never seen anybody go, God damn, Corey hurt. He burnt the house down tonight. Never really heard nobody say that. When I saw him, he was funny as hell. I think he came to Schaumburg, Illinois. The Improv. Up in old Schaumburg. In case you don't know, that's rich white folk. Schaumburg just means rich white folk area. But the brothers will come out for brothers. So he was doing I think a show there at the Improv. And he was funny. He was Corey Holcomb. But it wasn't nothing that you was just gonna break out and be like, this was the greatest thing I've ever seen. You wasn't getting that. It was a good show though. Good stand up. Solid. But to denigrate the late great Paul Mooney and what he did as a comedian down to his sexual orientation, it's like, I get the point he's trying to say. He's trying to say Dave's in the closet, I guess. If that's what he's trying to say. Because he seemed to hang around those people. And I keep telling people Dave is not like your usual brother. Like, Dave didn't grow up in the hood. He did a joke about that. Like, people be like, yeah, I know how it was when he was around all the rappers. He told y'all. All the rappers be talking about how it was back in the hood. And I'll just be like, yeah, word, son. He ain't grow up in the hood. You know? That's just a natural feeling that all blacks grew up in the hood. I grew up in the hood and still the same way I've been when I was in the hood. I was the corny suburban guy in the hood. I thought it was cool to play sports and hang out with my friends, play video games, kick it. You know, I went out in the streets doing violence and all that craziness. So, you know, they thought that was lame. And everybody on my block was the same way. And if you hung out on my block, they call that Geek Street. That's Geek Street. They over there playing sports. Who does that? Need to come over here and smoke this joint. hang out and drink this 40, hang out on the curb. But I'm like, if we got the hoes on our block and y'all keep coming on our block to get our hoes, so we got something y'all want. People don't, like I said, people, when they see reality, people start jumping at the opportunity. They jump at the opportunity to try to change things. When things are not going the way that they want them to go, the first response is, we got to change, you know. Well, Paul Mooney challenged the system because he was being ostracized because he did a lot of race humor. He told the truth. And they didn't like that from Paul. Paul did a show. Paul Mooney did a show, and he's somebody who could also write comedy. He's funny. He did a lot of Richard Pryor's work. So if Rich is the king of comedy, how are you not going to give credit to one of the architects? How are we not going to give credit to Paul Mooney, who was there with Rich? And I'll never forget it. Chelsea Clinton, right? When they did a special on TV, and Paul Mooney, and they had the whole family there, Hillary, and they had Chelsea Clinton. She couldn't have been no more than 15 years old, you know. And I think Saturday Night Live made fun of her, and everybody made a big deal about it because they was like, they're shaming her. Because it was cool when Saturday Night Live made fun of her. They had like a guy dressed up with freckles and had the big teeth in his mouth or whatever, and made fun of it. And Bill Clinton had to come out. The President of the United States had to come out and say, look, y'all, I know, okay, I get it, right? I know you guys gotta be funny, but gotta remember, this is a teenage girl. You know, like, we gotta watch what we're doing. This is a teenager, right? So it goes from that to a whole different, it went from that to a whole different area. Paul Mooney, on the heels of that, told a joke. And Bill Clinton and everybody was outraged. All Paul Mooney said was, did you see the report? Did you see the interview they did? They unveiled their greatest masterpiece. They got a daughter. She looked like the goddamn troll that was in that horror movie that came out last week. Ugly. She was the ugliest 15-year-old girl I've ever seen in my life. I can't make this up. I'm not that good. No, can't do it. He talked about her. I thought the mama was ugly. They put these two together. That goes to show you. Because he was like, Bill and Hillary, they don't even look like they go together. She looks like a man. He looks like the softest male ever. She's the butch, he's the bitch. They had a baby, and the he's like, the Geno codes was fighting each other, strangling one another for domination, and made this abomination that we got here called Chelsea Clinton. He called her everything in the book. He was deemed as outrageous. And he couldn't get a writing gig anywhere. He couldn't perform in Washington anywhere. As long as Clinton was in the White House, Paul Mooney wouldn't have a job in D.C. Oh, Paul Mooney. Oh yeah, he got back at they asked Paul Mooney. It was like, do you feel any remorse about saying that about a 15-year-old girl? I have no remorse about telling the truth. If they didn't want us to see her, they should have kept her. They had her in hiding the whole time. I think she should still be there. Put her back in the dungeon. Oh, the president is mad at me. Why would the president be mad at me? He should be mad at himself for marrying that goddamn ugly woman. Paul, was he mad at his grandmama? His grandmama working at the slave quarters? One of the slaves is in there. He come out the shower, and his strap is longer than Dick Tracy. They come in there with butcher knives. And they said, Grandmama, where you want us to start cutting? And she said, cut me right here and right here. Paul Mooney, boy. So, the thing about Paul is Paul was funny. So if you're funny, it don't matter. Earthquake is hilarious. Now, Earthquake, he's killed it. Like, I've seen Earthquake destroy when he do stand up. Not saying Cory has never done that somewhere. I just ain't been at that show. I ain't been at that thing where Cory just melt the house down. Cory Holcomb is funny, without a doubt. But from what I've seen, Earthquake here is Earthquake. Just the perfect name for him is an Earthquake. Earthquake is goddamn hilarious. Might be on the fruity side. Now, ain't nobody really touching Eddie right now. Eddie Griffin still. I would go see Eddie Griffin any day of the week. I know what I'm going to get. Pure, now that's a comedian. That's pure comedy right there. At its finest. Pure comedy. You know what people get tired of the most? is other people telling them what's funny and what ain't. Don't you hate that? How somebody else is gonna tell you what's funny to you? Now they might have a similar taste in humor, but how can somebody else tell you really what's funny and what isn't? Like me, I've seen Ricky Smiley, and I wanted my money back. It was that bad. Maybe he had a bad set, but to me, he's never been funny. He looked funny. You know how some people just got a look about him, they just look funny? He looked like some off. That's what he looked like. So he looks funny. But just because he looks funny, don't mean he is. And he ain't. In my opinion. But like I said, there's some people that probably thought Ricky Smiley was hilarious. Yeah, he a funny looking dude. That's what I said. He looked funny. Look like he gonna tell us some great jokes. But then it's like, nah, he ain't. We been had. Lil Rel have his moments. I saw him on the Katt Williams tour. He have his moments. But I mean, I ain't never laugh. I mean, never laugh. At that dude, man. He was awful. But like I said, somebody else might think that guy is hilarious. They might think we can't live without him. That's why I'm like, they still doing prank calls. That's like the 90s. People don't even answer the phone like that no more. Now they got cell phones to tell you who calling and everything. People don't even answer that. Only thing I know of him is him dressing up as a woman now. I didn't think he was great in the Friday After Next. I thought that's when the whole thing got goofy, when they had the Christmas Santa Claus stealing. That's when it got goofy to me. The movie ends for me after Money Mike gets chased down the street. That's it. All that other stuff was just nonsense. Oh, man. So much. Yeah, I never really come in the den that much. Y'all don't really see the den that much. Some of the new comics that's funny. It all depends. Some of these guys got something that we gotta like look into. Like it's a lot of these comics out here that needs to get looked into. But some of the comedy has been just bland. You know, that's just how it is. It's been bland. Now, oh yeah, Ricky and nephew Tommy. That's what they do, those prank calls. That's what they famous for. I'm like, they still doing prank calls on people. Like, people still listen to that. It's like, it's like 2024 and we still doing some 1994 jerky boy stuff. Wow. Growth. Oh, I ain't cooking. This kid, the kitchen gonna be the cleanest place ever. No, I'll just keep my house clean, you know. Arnaz J is coming by. Yeah, I got some ladies coming by today. So, gotta have the house smelling good and all that stuff. I got some scented candles, all that. No, I'm gonna be showing them how to basically do what I do. Grab a phone, hit record, and start doing this themselves. Oh, Ravens all day. I'm telling you, it's Lamar Jackson and nothing. And this is racial. I'm with Lamar Jackson to the wheels fall off right now. And it is racial. Racially motivated. Absolutely. Now, like I said, Corey Holcomb has been like this from the start. Let me tell you that and be 100 with you guys. He's been like this from the start. Corey Holcomb has never really been impressed with Dave Chappelle. He just don't say it because it's not popular to say. They ostracize you if you talk about Dave. If you say something about Dave Chappelle, man, the people think that's the people's champ. He was untouchable until this week when he said that about Katt. Everybody reacted. I understood Dave. I'm like, I understand Dave. I know exactly what Dave is saying, and he's right. Where's the money? Somebody got paid. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got paid, and it ain't Katt Williams. Like he's just saying, you keep saying he's answering a question, saying this is great for comedy. What Katt Williams did over there, man, that was good for comedy. No, it wasn't. Is what he's saying is now we're gonna have all this artificial people trying to emulate what he did and just start trying to go dissing every comedian, and that's gonna cause a whole bunch of nonsense. That's what Dave is trying to do. Dave is speaking to intelligent people. When he's speaking out of his mouth, intelligent people, he hears it and understands it. He knows the majority of the internet, though, is not intelligent people. They are people that are toxic as hell. That's why they show up. They show up for the toxicity. So they want to be toxic. They was like, I don't need nothing but toxic. Is it toxic? I need it. They came here today to see this video because they want the toxic. They're like, oh, this is going down? I need to see this. Get him, Cory. And they like Dave. They like Dave a week ago. Like a week ago, Dave was straight. Now, I don't know about old Dave. It's like, damn. Y'all get rid of a guy in a week? Well, you have a lot of different incidents and instances that take place, and people have to nothing was wrong with what he did and the people that he went after. He went after people that had nothing to do with anything. Like Tiffany Haddish hadn't done anything to him. Dave Chappelle brought up Tiffany Haddish. He said, look, okay, I get it, but Katt ain't did nothing wrong. Katt ain't never did nothing wrong. Huh? Is that what you gonna tell me? Katt ain't never did something wrong. So you telling me Katt ain't never did no wrong? Huh? Huh? No, Katt did some wrong too. And I'm gonna be the first to say it. Tiffany Haddish. I mean, what do you need to say that for? And he's right. Why do you need to tear down Tiffany Haddish? You don't have to tear somebody else down to say somebody else is great. It's the same thing they do with LeBron. Why you gotta tear Kobe down? To say LeBron great. If you believe LeBron great, then you should be able to say LeBron is great and tell them why. Why you gotta go after Kobe? Why you gotta go after Mike? Why you gotta tear them down to build him up? When somebody say Mike and Kobe great, they ain't gotta tear LeBron down. They just like, I ain't even got to say nothing else. So if you was gonna big up the female comics that you wanted to do in comedy, you could big them up without tearing down Tiffany Haddish. So he ain't have to do that. Kevin Hart. Oh, what did Kevin Hart do to him? Nothing. The man that took the jobs is canceled. Yep, it's unbelievable. Damon Wayans is one of the best. Even Rock got great stand-ups. I've never seen Damon Wayans bomb. Every stand-up has been epic from Damon Wayans. Pure comedy from the gut. See, Julian, I just gave you a perfect example and you didn't even listen. I tell you what LeBron James isn't. Do I prump up Michael Jordan over him while doing that? No, I tell you that guy is a bum and break down the reasons why he's a bum. I don't need Kobe for that. I don't need Jordan for that. He's pure evidence of him being a bum. So your argument that you just brought up makes no sense whatsoever. But thank you for being here. The super chat works. The cash app works. Yes, my cash app is Carcino. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Buzz Life. Armando Black TV, welcome to HDII TV. We still here rocking with you. Oh, I heard something very interesting too. I heard that 50% of the people that they say are in these films and entertainment, that they are going both ways. But Dave Chappelle, he's Carmichael. That's what he is. He's Carmichael. No, because when you come from something real, um, the way you done real by people, the people will come to defend you, and that's what's happening with Katt. Katt has never done anybody like dirty, like under the table dirty. He's probably helped Cory out of the situation. He's probably helped some people that Cory knew. Everybody. If Katt was in a situation and he had an opportunity to do so, he would help them. He would help the other comedian. He would help a lot of these other people. Now he's got Kevin Hart's wife, Tori Hart, and put her on the tour. Everybody jumps up and attacked her. How dare you do this to Kevin Hart? You low down. I can't believe it. Man, you the worst baby mama drama. Look, she gonna jump in it. Man, when these two go in there, she gonna jump on in there, man. I said, y'all women is something else. I said, dog, she has been with Katt Williams, like on Katt's team. She did his tours before. Her and Kevin Hart, they've been like separated for about 7-8 years now. They've been divorced for that long. And he was cheating throughout the marriage, according to her. So she was like, Katt saved me. He put me in a venue with 30,000 people. So they all get to see me perform. And I get to eat. Then Martin Lawrence come along. All these other people start helping her out on her comedy tour because Katt Williams had her out there. And before she was starting her stand-up, her being married to Kevin Hart was hurting her career. Because he's one of the big movie star, stand-up comic guy, Kevin Hart, and she's his disgruntled ex-wife, and she's doing stand-up comedy now. She's trying to get her thing going. So they had to come to a mutual agreement for that to happen. Katt came to her rescue. Mm-hmm. Pretty much, but yeah, but you look at it like you look at Key, like we were just talking about, Key and Peele. They're not funny unless they doing like sketch comedy. But if you get them a microphone and say, "Hey, you go on stage and do some stand up," they're not good. They're not, because they're not comedians. They're actors. How come we don't call out the unfunny white comedians? Who are they then? Huh, Toby? Who are the unfunny white comedians? Dane Cook is not funny. Do you know why brothers don't call out unfunny white comedians? Because they don't watch white comedians. Let me tell you right now, this is why brothers don't do it. They don't watch white comedians. Period. They don't. If they just own the thing, if they own the car, If they happen to be on the card and they happen to see him, they just say, man, that white guy was lame as hell. They ain't got time to know his name. They ain't gonna care. There is a line straight down the middle, and Gary Owens has told you this. And if you was on my Patreon, you would already know because we got Gary Owens on there explaining it. And it's like, man, they really have no identity. And he was talking about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is so right-wing white comedy, he don't know damn near nothing about black comics unless it's Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle. Like, if you ain't on the white circuit doing that, he ain't gonna see you. He's unconnected to anything that has something to do with black comedy. He has no connection to it whatsoever. So he's oblivious to stuff that's like known facts. And that's what he was like, damn, you didn't know about that? You Joe Rogan. How you don't know this happened? He was unaware that Katt Williams got into it on the radio station with the black radio host, and then they pulled a gun on him and everything. He had no knowledge of it. He didn't even know that existed. The whole Tiffany Haddish situation, he know of the people, he just don't know the situation, didn't know anything about it. And they are oblivious, and it's a lot of white comedy and white comedians that are like that. They don't do what they call the black clubs. They do white clubs. Back in the day, whenever you can get a spot to get on, you just get on. If you felt you was funny, it was funny. Like, it was white comedians doing black clubs, like Barry Sobel. He was doing any club he could to get on. But what they do is they segregate and they draw the line in the middle and say, you on this side, you on that side. Michael Blackston he's been telling one joke for the last 20 years. Michael Blackston is still telling one joke. He's an African playing a fake African. Man, I tell y'all, boy, you black motherfucker. It's like, dude, come on. Jokes are lame. Adam Schultz, I thought he was just a podcaster. Somebody's like, no, he's a comedian. I'm like, yes. like I told you, when you're funny, right? But you know, George Carlin made me for stand-up. You didn't go see him at no improv or nothing like that. So that's what I'm saying. You don't see white comics unless they on TV and you know their name already. They got to have a TV special. You didn't go line up and get dressed up and get like going, we finna go and see this white guy. He finna perform. Let's go. They'll go see Gary Owens. I've seen brothers get dressed up to go see Gary Owens, but brothers want to see brothers. They know who they going to see. They're going to be, oh, TK up there. Yeah, TK going to be up there. Oh, yeah. Let's get to there. Bruce. Oh, yeah, it's going down. Yeah, it's all the way in Milwaukee. Brothers will drive all the way out with their girl. They get dressed up. They going to the comedy club. Oh, they get dressed up and go to the comedy club. Bro, believe me, brothers they love that. Get dressed up, go out with the girl to go eat, go to the comedy club. Yeah, they love that. Now, Bill Burr, yeah, brothers love Bill Burr. He's just funny, but you know him from what? TV. Gary Owens got a BET job like that. Barely got in comedy. And that was it. And brothers like to get to the place early. Not so they can go in and get seats. White people do that. We got to make sure we can get in there, get seat, and get comfortable. Nope. Black folks get there early so they can smoke out in the parking lot and hang out in the parking lot. Yeah, outside the venue. I'm like, you could have smoked, then goddamn, why you want to get to the event so you could smoke, then get up in there. We the only one want to get somewhere early so that we can go out there and do something that could get us arrested before the event even takes place. Then get mad that somebody doing their job. God damn, here come the law. Man, why ain't y'all always messing with us? Man, y'all ain't got nothing to do. I ain't doing nothing but smoking. Smells like marijuana. It always smells like marijuana. Man, that's my incense. You didn't know Dennis Leary until what? You saw him on TV. Nobody was getting dressed up to go see no Dennis Leary. And he was hilarious. So if a white comic was whack, nobody black was going to ever call them out because, hell, they don't know them. They don't know them by no name. They are not going to remember no whack white comic. They're going to say, white dudes suck. Like, yeah, everybody, the brothers killed TK, Beef Bruce, yeah, they killed that. White dudes suck. What's his name? I don't know. That's what they're going to say. Periods. They not going to remember you. And vice versa. If you got a white crowd going to see Dane Cook and someone else, and they had a black guy on there, and they be like, well, there was a black guy on there. He wasn't that funny. Oh, he wasn't? No. But Dane Cook was funny. Yeah. Sam was great. And Jerry was there. Oh, Jerry was hilarious. He talked about this goat cheese. Oh, gosh, it was funny. I'm getting off the elevator, and then all of a sudden, the guy gets on with a goat. And I just got through eating goat cheese. And I'm like, wow, what a coincidence. So it's just like different people's form of comedy, different people's tea. They go for what they like and the cadence they like it and how they like it, and that's just what they do. He says corny. White people love corny. Believe me, they do. I don't know why, but they love corny. Black people call out corny immediately and do not like corny whatsoever. That's the difference. White people love corny jokes. Don't know why. It's just corny. And they love it. And black people be like, this is the corniest ever. And don't like it. White people, they just love corny. All right, it'd be raining outside. And he'd be like, oh, watch where you step. Don't step in that or your name will be mud in this house. Get it? It's raining, it's mud, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm on a roll. You know, like, you know, it's like, you don't want to go down that route whatsoever. I don't really focus on the ones I don't feel is funny. But Ricky Smiley would definitely be very high on my list of unfunny comedians. Ricky Smiley is damn near at the top. Now, and has he improved his jokes and stand-up since? I hope so. But when I saw him, it was the worst stand-up I've ever seen anybody do. I said, oh, this must be what bombing is. We didn't showed up at a bombing. Because not only did I think he sucked, everybody there, except for some people in the front row, they were like, ha 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 ha, woo, ha, ah. And then he started talking, and I'm like, that must be his family. They ain't spent no money to be here tonight. Because I'm like, everybody back here was like, get off the stage, you suck. I mean, that was straight up. That's how bad it was. Who's funnier, Dave Chappelle or Corey Holcomb? Woo! Now we cooking. Now we cooking with Crisco. Now you're cooking with Crisco. Let's get into that. Who's more funnier? Dave Chappelle or Corey Holcomb? Because that's what it comes down to, right? Who do you feel? Because it's all an individual taste. Some people will say Corey. Some people will say Dave. Some people will just say Dave. Corey is funny as hell. I've seen him kill. But I ain't, like, I'll tell you this. I can't tell you a single joke Corey Holcomb has said. But he was funny as hell. I laughed the whole show. But I couldn't remember his name. You ever go to a show, you've seen a comic, and you did your thing, and you performed, and you know you've seen them somewhere before? I'm like, I've seen this dude before. They was like, that's Corey Holcomb. I was, oh yeah, I seen this dude. Because everybody had said his name before, Corey Holcomb. I was thinking, because, you know, I'm like, Corey Holcomb, that sounds really like a light-skinned dude name. So I was like, are you sure? Like, what do he look like? And I went and looked him up, and I said, oh, I know this dude. Yeah, I know what y'all talking about. People used to just say it in the chat, like, you don't know? He from Chicago. You should know him. I'm like, not everybody in Chicago, like, live next door to me. But I'm like, oh, I get it. So I'm like, yeah, okay, Corey Holcomb. I know him now. Yeah. Dude, did see him, dead funny. He was in Schaumburg, saw him there. No, he didn't do all jokes aside. Had he done all jokes aside, I don't know if he did do it. He probably did it. I didn't see him there. See, we from Chicago, man. Comedy clubs is like what you do. Like, that's where your girl want to go. That's one place you could take her where you don't mind going. And she gonna shut the hell up. Tell me, it's cheaper than going to a restaurant. Hell, sometimes they give you tickets for free. And the girl, she just want to get out, get dressed, and go out somewhere. And you just want her to shut up. That's it. Leave me alone. The game tomorrow. And I know I ain't gonna watch it in peace because you want to go somewhere. You know a girl want to go somewhere when she get dressed up and you don't even know what the hell going on. And what you getting dressed for? What, we ain't going nowhere today? I mean, we ain't talked about it. Would you want to go somewhere today? Well, I just assumed that you would want. I'll be like, oh my God. Now I gotta go lay something out. Oh, Red Grant is, yeah, he off and on. Like Little Rail, like a lot of people don't like Little Rail. I don't think he's that funny. He just have his spots where he have like maybe one or two jokes that worked and got over. But not should be at the success level he's at. And I'm just like, he ain't that funny. Like TV show funny. Of course they made him lose weight. They make them all lose weight. They stick that vacuum cleaner right up his ass. Suck the pounds right off of him. See, Cory ain't gonna play the ball. He ain't gonna play games. They ain't gonna let Cory in them rooms. It's hard to get a Chicago brother to go and do and conform. That's one thing. It's hard to get them in there to conform. Yeah, it's just the way it is, man. It's hard to get us to conform to everybody else's ideology of what stuff should be. You know? So. I ain't gonna be a part of Backdooria. Cause they hide who they are. I ain't gonna hide. Man, I'm in these comedy streets. I'm sitting in the back, right? And I'm watching the show. And I know y'all don't want to say nothing because I don't want nobody to say I done got them in trouble. But it's a lot of Backdooria going on over there. Yeah. Man, it's what I told you. These people have an agenda. And if you don't fit that agenda, then you're out. Seriously. You're out. They have no time to deal with people they don't view as equals. You're not somebody they view as a threat. You're more of a nuisance. I'm telling you, man, it's people talk, you know. So when you come in an area and you decide this is what you want to do with your life, this is how you want to proceed doing your comedy and you got to hone your skills. You got to know how to write good comedy. Some people don't write well. They just feel like, I know my jokes, I could go out and say them, and this and that. If Tiffany Haddish a good stand-up performer, no. I saw her do comedy clubs, she was so. If you go on the Patreon, my Carcino for Life Patreon, you will find out why Gary Owens said what he said about Tiffany Haddish. Because it came off as pretty strange. But then again, you'll find out, you know, why this happened. Well, it's hard to make it in the game when you have no agents. You know, when everybody was like, man, you need to have some agents around you. You need to have people around you that's doing X, Y, and Z. You need to get some people around you that's doing this. You need to get some people around you that's doing that. Well, okay, get the people around you, then we'll see. Then we'll talk. Get people around you, then we'll get everything up in motion. But until then, work on your skills. Most of these dudes, they tour the same jokes. They tour, when you get a couple of jokes, they go tour the whole joke. The game has changed. You'll do a show somewhere, then somebody will record it, and it'll be up on YouTube, getting 1 million views. You don't know nothing about it until somebody was like, man, yeah, I saw your show yesterday. He's like, man, he told the same jokes he said on the internet. It was like, damn, you weren't even supposed to see that show. I just did that show there and then came here to do this. You weren't supposed to see that. And see, that's where the disconnects come in at. That's when the lines get blurred. And everybody seems to have a problem. Oh, you didn't expect a potty mouth? You didn't know Cheryl Underwood then. Cheryl Underwood, that's what Cheryl do. She gets down. You want a comedy versus battle. Right, Chappelle, like, that's not stand-up. Like, that's just terrible. When you just gotta sit there and talk about another comedian and basically just do the dozens, it's like, are we doing the dozens now? That's gonna be stand-up? That's like, it's a shortcut. So I understood what he was saying, but my thing is what I'm telling y'all is Cory was looking for a reason. Cory been wanting to do this. That's what I'm telling y'all. Cory wanted to do this. On his agenda, on his agenda list, was doing what he just did there. Because he know now he ain't gonna get the backlash. See, everybody was afraid to say something about Dave Chappelle. Dave was the golden goose. When Damon Wayans said what he said about, man, this dude, just Netflix made it look like Dave had a new special. This is a speech. He was like, now let me know, is this a special or is it a speech? But he was throwing shots at Dave. Now, if you put Dave Chappelle up against Damon Wayans, it ain't gonna be no contest. Damon will win that. Dave is a great conversationalist. Okay, do I need to get over or not? Let me see. Betting against Patrick Mahomes is like betting on the Chiefs. Betting against Mayweather. No, it ain't. You gonna see when this weekend when the Ravens get him. Plus, my buddy bet me. That's the jinx of all jinx. He trying to get some money back. He done lost money on them Cowboys. Dude, Corey Holcomb is a Chicago Negro. Okay? He don't fool me one bit. I know exactly what he's doing. Can't go with it. Know exactly what he's doing. He know he got the green light to say how he truly feel about Dave. He just been holding it in because he knew saying that about Dave, people gonna attack him. You dare you talk about Dave? That's why everybody afraid to say what they want to say about Dave. And then all of a sudden, now that Katt Williams came and everybody, the whole public, then turned. Oh, now Cory know he can let loose. This is what he been waiting on. Now he can say what he truly feel. I kept quiet around here. But now let's talk about it. He been bombing. But Dave, he'll be the first to tell you he's bombed. He don't mind telling you that. He'll be like, I bombed. Nah, Dave ain't delusional about who he is. Hey. So, Dave's never been delusional about who he is. Now, yeah. Oh, he couldn't wait. I mean, this is like somebody don't like the person you don't like. And all of a sudden, You see that and you jump right in wholeheartedly. So you jump like 100% in. They was like, oh, okay, that's it. So they jumped right in the mix. That's exactly what Cory did. He couldn't wait to get down. And once he saw that, it was on like Donkey Kong. Now, yeah, they had said something. So it was a lot of people in there. So they had to make their own observations and make their own reasoning for doing stuff. Oh, how you doing? So when they decided that, oh, this is the route I want to go, everybody had to basically make their way and figure it. Dave got the bag. Of course he got the bag. But yeah, they ain't never gonna put Cory in that light. A lot of people know Cory can say what he wants. Cory in a good spot though. So I'm happy for Cory. Cory's in a good spot. He can say what he wants, do what he wants, and nobody gonna bother Cory. So that's just how I see it. Now you look at everybody else, they might feel a little different. But for me, I'm cool with it. And I said, all right. I'm very happy with how that played out. So for me, those instances never change. I can just say that, I'm cool. But what this is, I'm cool with it. Man, so many times. Okay, I gotta. Yeah, I need 2 items to get up out of here. When you start doing things that don't make any sense, then and only then you should start questioning the process. But if the joke works, then it works. So what you want to do is always be prepared.
All right, bye, Joanna.
You're gonna get your basic training on today.
Yeah, I should have grabbed some Lunchables, but I'm gonna leave that for them. Well, they got a lot of people that say that they are. They love to say that, but stronger than I've ever been. That's the international. I've been dumped.
Yes.
I've been dumped, and this is it. They asked him, "Oh no, I'm stronger than I've ever been." Okay, you can go ahead. I'm gonna go down here.
All right, thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm extremely impatient. I do a good job of masking it. Woo. Nah. If you look at the way the world is now and the way comedy is, everybody's so super sensitive about things. You can't really make a joke anymore, and everyone's claiming it's affecting their mental health. They can't go to work now because they're depressed because somebody said a joke. It's just an ultimate weakness that is just very telling. What's up, Madge? Yeah, that would be a perfect one. If Kawhi and them win it, and if the Clippers win it, the Lakers are done. They're done. Like, it's over for them. If the Clippers win it, they're done. Like, done. Corey did what Corey does. He pounced because he saw an opportunity to do so. So when it's all about opportunity.
9631, ma'am.
Hey.
Series 554.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Have a nice weekend. Thank you.
Well,
Did you
Shay.
have these in bags, sir?
No, I can carry those out.
I just need your driver's license.
Okay. Okay, well, I don't have my, that's my ID.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
121374.
Yeah, all right.
You want this in your pocket?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the beer. I'm like, I don't think I can do that.
No, I don't either.
I forgot I grabbed that.
You're a riot. At least you have a sense of humor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Life's too short not to have
No
one.
kidding, no kidding. Oh, I love to laugh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my brothers, did you ever see the Woody Allen movie, Everything You Want to Know About Sex But We're Afraid to Ask?
Yes.
Okay, right? Well,
Yep.
they could hear me laughing in the theater and they weren't with me. That's how loud I laughed. So,
They weren't even with me.
no, they weren't. So, you have a good day.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. Bye.
On today's episode of Shopping with Steve. You ain't lying. It's like y'all always with me when I'm shopping. No, this is me going back to get some stuff I couldn't get because it was too late last time. I had to go get some beer. It was too late to buy beer at that time. So I had to come back to get some. It's not for me. This is for the guests that's coming over. They can have something to drink. I had to buy like girly fruity beer. You're like, you could drink this all up. Ready? Whew. Seat heating.
Cancel.
didn't say cancel, but cancel it. All right. Get you a bag of Doritos. I already got those. I don't know what people like to snack on, so I just bought a bunch of snacks. Now I'm gonna go home, watch some Raising Kanan, go to sleep. I want to say thank y'all for riding with me and vibing with me. I'm blushing. He was like white humor. I don't know, Mr. Cop. You ain't getting me. I will go all the way here and turn around. You ain't giving me no $300 ticket. Yeah, I saw you there, Mr. Cop. Mr. Sneaky Man. Saying if I was gonna bust that U-turn. Yeah, Mr. Sneaky Man. Yeah. That's right. West Side Bay, nigga, biatch. Yeah, Mr. Sneaky Man thought he had me. From the city, buddy. You ain't catching me. Yeah, the cop thought he had me. He just knew I was gonna break the law. About to watch the Patti LaBelle movie. Yeah, he thought he had me. Yeah, I'm out. Deuce.